Hello, children. So if we were at school this week, we would be learning about seeds, how seeds grow, plants, but we're not there, so we can't do that. So I'm going to read to you the tiny seed that tells the story of this little seed, and it's by my favorite author, Carle. So I hope you enjoy the tiny seed. It is autumn. A strong wind is blowing. It blows flower seeds high in the air and carries them far across the land. One of the seeds is tiny, smaller than any of the others. Will it be able to keep up with the others? And where are they going? See, there it is. One of the seeds flies higher than the others. Up it goes. It flies too high, and the sun's hot rays burn it up. But the tiny seed sails on with the others. They're all going across. There's the one that got too close. Another seed lands on a tall and icy mountain. The ice never melts, and the seed cannot grow. The rest of the seeds fly on, but the tiny seed does not go as fast as the others. Now they fly over the ocean. One seed falls into the water and drowns. The others sail on with the wind, but the tiny seed does not go as high as the others. There's the one going down into the water. One seed drifts down onto the desert. It's hot and dry, and the seed can't grow. Now the tiny seed is flying very low, but the wind pushes it on with the others. Finally, the wind stops and the seeds fall gently down on the ground. A bird comes by and eats one seed. The tiny seed is not eaten. It's so small that the bird doesn't see it. I got one of the bigger seeds. Now it is winter. After their long trip, the seeds settle down. They look just as if they're going to sleep in the earth. Snow falls and covers them like a soft white blanket. A hungry mouse that also lives in the ground eats a seed for his lunch. But the tiny seed lies very still, and the mouse doesn't see it. Now it is spring. After a few months, the snow has melted. It is really spring. Birds fly by. The sun shines. Rain falls. The seeds grow so round and full that they start to burst open a little. Now they are not seeds anymore. They are plants. First, they send roots down into the earth. Then that little stem begins to grow up toward the sun and the air. There is another plant that grows much faster than the new little plants. It's a big fat weed, and it takes all the sunlight and all the rain away from the one small new plant, and that little plant dies. The tiny seed hasn't begun to grow yet. It will be too late. Hurry! But finally, it starts to grow into a plant, and you can see it's much smaller than the other plants. It took a little bit longer. The warm weather also brings the children out to play. They too have been waiting for the sun in the springtime. One child doesn't see the plants as he runs along. Uh-oh. He breaks one. Now it cannot grow anymore. The tiny plant that grew from the tiny seed is growing fast, but its neighbor grows even faster. Before the tiny plant has 3 leaves, the other plant has 7. And look, a bud, and now even a flower. But what is happening? First, there are footsteps. Then a shadow looms over them. Then a hand reaches down and breaks off the flower. A boy has picked the flower to give to a friend. It is summer. Now the tiny plant from the tiny seed is all alone. It grows on and on. It doesn't stop. The sun shines on it and the rain waters it. It has many leaves. It grows taller and taller. It is taller than the people. It is taller than the trees. It is taller than the houses. and now a flower grows on it. People come from far and near to look at this flower. It is the tallest flower they have ever seen. It's a giant flower. All summer long, the birds and bees and butterflies come visiting. They've never seen such a big and beautiful flower. Now it is autumn again. The days grow shorter, the nights grow cooler, and the wind carries yellow and red leaves past the flower. Some petals drop from the giant flower, and they sail along with the bright leaves over the land and down to the ground. The wind blows harder. The flower has lost almost all of its petals. It sways and bends from the wind, but the wind grows stronger and shakes the flower. Once more the wind shakes the flower, and this time the flower's seed pod opens. Out come many seeds that quickly sail far away on the wind, just like at the beginning of the story. And way back at the beginning, that's where we started, where all the seeds were blowing. So the life of that plant has made a full circle. Now, another thing we would do if we were at school would be to get cups and put some soil in there, dirt, and then we would plant some lima bean seeds. And I always choose lima beans because lima beans grow faster, or seem to grow faster. So if you have a cup and some dirt, or just some dirt in your yard, check with your parents first before you plant it in the yard. You can plant those lima bean seeds, just poke them down into the dirt and give them a little bit of water, because like we learned in the book, the one that dropped into the desert where there was no water didn't grow. So it needs a little bit of water, and then you can watch as your plants grow. Now, if you have a see-through cup, like I do, clear cup, you can put it right there along the edge of the dirt, and I should have done that, and you can see one begin to grow when it starts to sprout. And we'll check on our plant again in a few days and see how it's doing. I'll see you later.